You also need to heat this compound. Sodium hydroxide, when reacts with ammonium compound, ammonium salt, and you heat it, the reaction that will happen will be the sodium from the sodium hydroxide and the anion will combine to form the salt, and that will be NaX. Okay, that will give you NaX. So we're not concerned about this product. We're not interested in this product. Plus, now what is left here is the hydroxide and the ammonium. Okay. So what will happen here is the hydroxide will displace ammonia from ammonium. It will displace ammonia from ammonium. So इसमें से ammonia will be removed. Ammonia is NH3 and NH4 plus is ammonium, remember. Please don't get confused here. NH3 is ammonia, NH4 plus is ammonia. So the hydroxide here will displace the ammonia, matlab remove. Displace matlab remove ammonia from ammonium. So if ammonium may say if I remove ammonia, what is left here?
Hydrogen.
Yeah, guys, why have you not responded? Are you not attentive? Are you not involved? Rihanna, you are still not looking on the screen. I said stop writing. Do not write when I'm teaching. I want you to look on the screen. I want you to be involved. And I don't know how many times I have told you this. Just stop writing. Just stop writing and look on the screen. I have whatever I'm teaching here, everything is there in the notes. Everything is there in the notes. I don't want you to write anything when I'm teaching here. I want you to be involved. I want to receive the answers. I want to get the answers when I ask a question. So if from ammonium, if I remove ammonia, what will remain in this?
H plus.
H plus. I don't know why everybody is not answering. Okay, see N removed, H3 removed. Here I have H4. Matlab isme se one H will remain and the plus sign is there. So here H plus will remain. So this OH minus here and the H plus will form water. And you will get ammonia, the displaced ammonia, this ammonia. So that ammonia is one of the product which is removed from the ammonium, and the H plus that remains here and the OH minus will form the water. Okay, so when sodium hydroxide, any alkali, reacts with an ammonium compound,
So for everyone. Yes, so it's lagging for everyone.
yes. Okay, can you hear me now?
So now we can like it keeps going in the middle.
Yeah, I'll repeat. Okay, so whenever a base reacts with ammonium compound, remember that one of the product that you'll get will be ammonia. Okay, one of the product that you'll get will be ammonia. Now suppose that if this ammonium was not there, would you have got this ammonia here as one of the product?
Right? No.
No, because the ammonia is coming from ammonium only. If there's no ammonium, how can I get ammonia? So that's the reason why this reaction is used as a test for ammonium. As a test for ammonium. We have already learned this in the test for cations and anions. What is the test for ammonium? What do you add? Anyone remembers? What is the test for ammonium?
NaOH
Sodium hydroxide plus
hydroxide
aluminum.
plus Al.
Nine. That aluminum.
No, only
is
sodium
test for nitrate.
hydroxide. Only sodium
Hydroxide and
NaOH,
heat.
and then you get pungent smelling.
Yeah. So sodium hydroxide and heat. Okay, the pungent smell is because of this release of ammonia. Okay, so this is the reaction that happens when we do the test for ammonium. Okay, so here majorly what you need to remember is that the base, which is alkali, displaces ammonia from ammonium. Okay, this is the main thing that you need to remember in this. That if the alkali base will displace ammonia from ammonium. So if you want to check the presence of ammonium, then you add a base and heat. Base will displace ammonia from ammonium, and if ammonia is released, you will detect it from the odor, the pungent odor, and also the red litmus will turn blue. So that's the reaction that we do. Anybody is not clear about this?
So only sodium. We're talking right now about only
No, we
sodium
can
hydroxide
use
displacing.
other. You can use other alkalis also, but in your syllabus you have given sodium hydroxide. So as far as possible, you also say sodium hydroxide. But suppose if they say potassium hydroxide, the same reaction will happen. Because the potassium is not important, no? It's the hydroxide. I said the hydroxide which
Hydroxide, yeah.
displaces ammonia. So hydroxide is important. Okay. Now the next is a base reacting with a metal compound. First we said a base reacting with ammonium salt. Now the second we saying is base reacting with metal salt. So base may again I will take typically NaOH, and I will take a metal salt. Metal salt may metal is the cation, X is the anion. I don't care what X is. Here again X is not important. X is not important. So here again what will happen is the sodium from sodium hydroxide and the X will form NaX. And I'm not interested in this product as the previous time. Even in ammonium reaction with ammonium salt, the previous May, NaX was not important for me. Okay, what should be the other product here?
Water.
How will you get water? You have OH here. You have OH here. And where will H come from?
Sorry.
Okay. M hydroxide.
So that's metal hydroxide.
Yeah.
Metal hydroxide. Okay. Which metal it is? I don't know which metal it is. Whichever, I mean, there are specific metals that we'll look into, but whichever metal is this. Okay, uska hydroxide I will get. And I don't know which metal is this. Hence, the metal hydroxide ka formula I have written is as MOHN, because this number will differ. Okay, this number will differ. It can be 1, 2, or 3, depending on which metal it is. So it could be MOH, MOH twice, MOH thrice. Okay, now which metal can this be, and what is the significance of this reaction? If suppose the metal is here, the metal is, let's say, calcium, matlab it's a calcium salt. So which compound will I get here?
Calcium hydroxide.
I'll get a calcium hydroxide. So CaOH twice. If suppose that if that metal here is zinc, then
Zinc hydroxide.
zinc hydroxide. If it's aluminium, then aluminium hydroxide. Okay. If it's chromium, then chromium hydroxide, CaOH thrice. Iron 2 plus. So here we need to know the charges. Calcium is 2 plus, zinc is 2 plus, aluminum is 3 plus, Cr 3 plus, Fe can be 2 plus or 3 plus. So I will get FeOH twice, Fe3 plus, I will get FeOH thrice, Cu2 plus, I will get CuOH twice. Okay, so these are the 7 cations that that you need to know. Now, do you recall anything from these 7 specific cations? What are we? Did we talk about these?
Yeah.
7? Yeah. When?
We spoke of them in the cation analysis.
Just for cation, we talked about these. Okay, so what is so peculiar about these hydroxides here?
So that they all like
They all have twice or thrice.
they all found like colored.
Not all.
Color.
Not all.
They all form hydroxide.
Of course, they will all form hydroxide. That is something that we already know. Yep. No one? Something
the
peculiar?
colors.
Colorless
Colors,
compound,
white.
green compound, brown,
Yeah.
reddish
Colors,
brown.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Some of them will be colored, some of them will not be colored. Like the first 3 are white in
They
color.
all react with NaOH.
That we have already seen here. Big deal. What is peculiar about all of them? What is peculiar about all of them is that all of them do not dissolve in the water. All of them are insoluble. All of them are insoluble.
Insoluble
you
in
know?
water.
Insoluble in water. How? Why should you know that they're in? Why was I expecting you to know this?
So that
Nee, why was I expecting
they're
you
not
to know this?
alkaline.
Why will I expect you to know that these are alkali? Matlab, on what basis? Have I already taught you something? Do you already know something on the basis of you could say that yeah, all these guys, all these hydroxides don't dissolve.
No, they're not all alkaline.
They form precipitate.
So you had
They form precipitate. They all form precipitate. Now, what is the meaning of the word precipitate? What do you mean by
Insoluble.
precipitate? It's an insoluble.
Insoluble.
It's an insoluble solid formed during the reaction. Precipitate is an insoluble solid formed during the reaction. So as you can see, this is a soluble salt. NaX is a soluble salt. Group 1 and group 1 all salt will be soluble. But this product is not soluble. So any insoluble product formed is called as precipitate. Okay, so this is a precipitate form. So all these will form a precipitate. And they will form, I will see a precipitate of different colors depending on which is the cation. So that's how we identify the cation. That's how we identify the cation. That's how the test for cation works. That these 3 are white in color. These 2 are green in color. This is red brown. And this is blue, copper. Copper is blue. All right. So that's how we That's how we conduct this test. And the reagent that we use here is sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide may say the sodium is not important. Remember, sodium hydroxide is basically to provide that hydroxide to this metal so that I will form metal hydroxide. And how will I come to know which metal is this? When the metal hydroxide will be formed, I will check the color of the precipitate, color of the metal hydroxide. Okay, so if it's calcium hydroxide, zinc hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide, it will be white in color. Chromium hydroxide, Fe2 plus hydroxide, green in color. Fe3 plus hydroxide, red brown in color. Cu2 plus hydroxide, blue in color. Okay, so that's how I will identify which metal is this. From the color of the precipitate. Anybody is not clear about anything here? So we move on to the next part. These are the reactions of bases. Okay, the same explanation is given here if you see. Depending on which metal it is. This is the metal salt. Depending on the identity of this metal cation can be anything. And depending on which cation it is, the color of the precipitate you will see. Okay, this is important. This will form the precipitate. Now, the next part that we are talking about, we're learning about, is the definitions of acids and bases. This is something new to you, so everyone pay attention. Okay. Now, how do you define an acid and a base? We have the old definitions of acids, like, to describe acid, you can say acid is a substance which will have a pH less than 7. Or acid is something that will turn the litmus red, etc. Okay, so those are the old definitions of acids and bases. The new definition. Huh?
Disassociates and water.
Not all the acids and bases are soluble, water soluble. That's also the definition. Okay, talking about the other definition. Yeah, that's also the definition. Acid is a substance that dissociates in water and gives you H plus ion. Base is a substance which will give you OH minus ion. These are the old definitions of acids and bases. Now the new definition, listen to this carefully. According to the new definition, acid is any substance that donates a proton. Acid is any substance that donates a proton. Okay, but when I'm saying a substance that donates a proton, by proton, I don't mean the proton in the nucleus of an atom. I don't mean the proton in the nucleus of an atom. Here, by proton, we mean H plus ions. So hydrogen ions are also called as protons. Okay, a hydrogen ion is also called as a proton. So acid is any substance that will donate a proton. So base is any substance which will accept a proton. Okay, so according to the definition, the new definition in terms of proton transfer, acid will donate a proton, base will accept a proton. Is everyone clear about this?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Next. Ronit, what is the definition of a base?
So what? The definition of what?
Coronavirus. That's what we are talking about, right?
No, sir.
Yeah. What are we talking about? Which topic is going on?
Acids, no? Acids and bases.
Acids and bases. Okay. What do you like more, acid or base?
So none.
None. Okay. ठीक है. Then I can randomly ask you. Define base.
Base. So wait. Let me think.
Achha, let me think. Oh, you're creating a definition. Oh.
So like anything that takes a proton. So
Huh.
I told you.
Anything that takes a proton.
Yeah. No. Anything that accepts or takes a proton.
Okay. I don't know what that was a fluke or your unconscious
what?
mind,
We-
or maybe one of your friends just helped by sending a message.
So I can share my screen and show you
You can delete
I
that
mean,
chat and send a message.
the chat.
Yeah.
So
Okay. ठीक है. Okay. So, Lucky, I was sending a message to your mom.
oh, thank God.
Okay.
So it's right now.
What do you think? See on the screen. It's right now.
So
You
it
don't.
is right.
That means definitely you don't even know that you are right. That was a fluke. 100. It's
Sir, I'm telling you, like it's like I'm just confirming, like
given here. Na? Base is something that accepts a proton.
yeah.
Okay. Now I'll give you example. Okay. I will solve one example and then you will solve one example. Okay. So everyone pay attention. How am I deciding the acid and the base in a reaction? So you'll be given a reaction and equation, and then you'll need to decide out of the two reactants who's an acid and who's a base. Okay. So NH3 plus H2O gives NH4 plus OH minus. Okay. So what you out of these two, out of the two reactants, one of them is a acid and one of them is a base. So now how do you decide this? Okay, carefully see this. So one of them will donate a proton, matlab he will lose H, and one of them will accept a proton, matlab he will gain H. Okay, so we need to see this species. How many hydrogens are there in this?
3.
3 hydrogens. Okay. Now, where is this species on the out of the two? Which is the same species here? The ammonium or the hydroxide?
Ammonium.
Ammonium.
How many hydrogens this has?
4.
4. Matlab, what has this done?
Accepted.
Accepted. It has received a proton, right?
Received.
Okay. So, according to the definition, what is the behavior of ammonia?
Base.
As a base. Okay. Similarly here, how many hydrogens?
2.
2, and the same species
One.
become hydroxide here. How many
One.
hydrogens here? 1. So matlab one hydrogen decreased. So he must have given the hydrogen. So this is an acid. You think you'll be
So
able to
I have a
solve these
question.
terms? Yes.
So this has like acid and base has nothing to do with the charges, right? That can only depends on hydrogen. No?
It has, but that this is the simplest way that you can
Oh,
decide. Like yeah, of course, charges are also involved. Like I can say that ammonia. Did ammonia has a charge here?
no.
No. There is no charge here. Okay. And this guy has a charge here. Okay. So what I had here was ammonia, matlab 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogens. So NH3, that's this. That's ammonia. What it became? NH4 plus. So NH4 plus is what? N, H, 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 H plus, isn't it?
Yeah.
So understand, yeah, this was there already in ammonia. Na? Ammonia, this was already
Yeah.
there. So
Huh.
what is being added here is H plus.
H plus. Oh, okay, got it.
Okay. But even if I, ignore that plus sign, in many cases, I can still figure it out.
Okay.
Okay. In H2O, I have H, H, O. And what do I have here? O, H,
Oh,
and minus. Okay. So which means that what is being lost is a hydrogen and a positive charge, right? Because it was a neutral, and H plus when it is lost. Neutral may say when you remove plus, the minus will remain, na? Isn't it? A positive plus negative is equal to neutral. Okay. So neutral may say when you remove plus, what remains is minus. No? So that's the reason why this minus charge is left here. Because 0 minus positive is negative. Okay, so you think you'll be able to do these questions? Guys, yes or no? No?
Yeah.
So, but how can like water be an acid? Even though it's giving hydrogen, how can it be an acid?
Okay. Okay. So why do you think hydrogen cannot be an acid? What is stopping you from agreeing with that?
What? So water is neutral in
Water is
pH, no?
correct. Water is neutral. Correct. This pH is 7. When I started this
Hmm.
explanation, what did I say the first thing?
The pH, that the definition used to be
Old definition.
acid.
Old definition. Okay. But remember that doesn't mean that old definition is not valid. Doesn't mean that old definitions are not valid. Old definitions are also valid. In fact, this is not the most recent or latest definition. There is another definition of acid base after this also, which you don't have in your syllabus. So remember that definition of acid and base changes, the criteria changes. So if you say that acid is something that has a pH less than 7, sorry, this is not applicable. This is still fine. This is not applicable. This definition, then according to that definition, water is not an acid. So I'm very clear about this, that according to these definitions, who's an acid and who's a base. Is everybody clear? So according to the definition that acid turns the litmus red, sorry, water will not do that. If you put a blue litmus in water, it will remain blue. Water will not turn the blue litmus red. Okay, so this only according to this definition also. So I'm writing few more reactions. You need to copy that in your book, okay, and underline the way I have written, below the ammonia and water, who's acid, who's base. So the same way you need to write.
So do we have to like only text? Should we text it to you like the
Write
answer?
down on a notebook, right? I mean, I'm very clear. I explained you how did I write. I said same thing you write, underline it, write down, click a picture and send. But there should be no questions.
Okay.
So my sister has her phone for class, so can I just send to my mom's phone for now?
You can send from your neighbor's phone, friend's phone, your mate's phone, secretary's phone, anybody's phone. I don't care. I should receive the answer.
Sir, can I use the washroom and come?
Quick. Chalo, good. So far, everyone correct, except for those who have not submitted yet. So, Ronit, you have not submitted yet. You to know
So
what
my
is the base.
So my phone's not next to me. Actually. So can I go get it?
So get it
It's
quick.
down.
Yeah, down.
Yes,
You should have got it now. Matlab, you wasted so much of time.
So while studying, I don't keep my phone next to me. That's why.
Oh wow. You're trying to
Actually, sir.
impress.
Sir, or else I get very distracted,
Okay. But when I said that you need to send me, so you should have now.
So I wanted to ask.
Anyways, have you written
Too
at
much.
least? Have you written the answers?
Yes, so
Acha, show me the notebook. See, show me the notebook reconnecting. Immediately reconnecting. Now he will sit and write. Ronit, keep the video on. Anyways, in the meantime, we'll go ahead. We'll go to the next topic. So the next topic is the types of oxides and the amphoteric oxides, amphoteric hydroxides. So we'll do the amphoteric first. Okay, this is again a new term for you, so everyone pay attention what exactly this means. Amphoteric oxides and amphoteric hydroxides. Now see what exactly this means. Rian, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, amphoteric oxides and hydroxides. Remember that an acid will always react with a base. Acid will react with a base to form salt plus water. Acid will not react with an acid. Acid and acid, no reaction. Similarly, a base will react with acid to form salt plus water. But a base plus base, there will be no reaction. Okay, so acid reacts with a base and base reacts with an acid. Amphoteric will react with acid to form salt plus water. Amphoteric will react with a base also to form salt plus water. In other words, amphoteric hydroxides and hydroxides are those which can react with acid also and a base also to form salt and water. Okay, so when the amphoteric reacts with an acid,
I go off my phone.
now pay attention. When amphoteric reacts with an acid here, what is the amphoteric behaving as? What is the behavior of amphoteric like?
Base.
Like a base. Okay, so whenever amphoteric behaves with an acid, it's behaving as a base. Whenever amphoteric reacts with a base, what is it behaving as? An acid. Okay, because we know that who reacts with a base to form salt and water? Acid. Who reacts with acid to form salt and water? A base. So amphoteric reacts with acid also and base also to form salt and water. Matlab, amphoteric will have a dual behavior. Amphoteric will have dual behavior. But amphoteric matlab something that can act as an acid also and that can act as a base also. Okay, that acts as a acid also and a base also. So that's called as amphoteric oxides and hydroxides. Is anybody not clear about this? Okay. Now, which are the examples of amphoteric oxides and hydroxides? Following. Amphoteric oxides and amphoteric hydroxides. Amphoteric oxides में aluminium oxide. Aluminium oxide is amphoteric oxide. मतलब aluminium oxide can react with acid also. It can react with base also. Hydroxide में of course aluminium hydroxide. Okay, that's one. Second, amphoteric oxide example, zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is an amphoteric oxide. So zinc oxide also can react with an acid also, can react with the base also. So what should be the amphoteric hydroxide example?
Zinc hydroxide.
Zinc hydroxide. Third and the last example, chromium hydroxide, Cr2O3, so chromium 3 oxide. That also, this oxide also can react with acid as well as base. So the amphoteric hydroxide example will be chromium hydroxides. So these are the examples you should know, which can react with an acid also, which can react with a base also. Aluminium oxide, zinc oxide, chromium oxide. So aluminium, zinc, chromium. Remember these three metals. Aluminium, zinc, chromium. Do you recall something from these three specific examples? Something that we had learned earlier?
They're all part of the cation.
Precipitate.
Everybody
Yeah.
forms precipitate, big deal.
They dissolve in excess.
These dissolve in excess. Yeah. Excess of NaOH, only these three will dissolve. Okay, because what is added in excess? What substance is added in excess?
NaOH.
NaOH. What is the nature of NaOH?
Base.
Base.
Okay, so
Now, suppose I'm talking about zinc hydroxide. Okay, so zinc hydroxide is amphoteric. So it can react with a base.
Mm.
Yeah, and it forms salt plus water. And this salt that it forms is an aqueous, matlab soluble salt. Okay, now suppose something that does not precipitate that does not dissolve in excess. Let's say I'm talking about calcium hydroxide. Calcium ka precipitate does not dissolve, right? So this is a base. And calcium hydroxide is also a base. So will a base react with a base?
No.
No. Okay, so base will not react with the base, so no reaction. That's the reason why the excess of NaOH when I add the calcium hydroxide agar hai, with the white precipitate because of calcium, the precipitate will not dissolve. No, that's the reason. Hope you are today, whatever we are learning, hope you are connecting this to the test for cations and anions. Like the first reaction of ammonium, base plus ammonium gives you ammonia. That is test for ammonium. Then NaOH plus the metal cations will all give me precipitates. That's test for cations. And these three, which are amphoteric, so they will dissolve in the, they will react with NaOH. Here the reaction will take place. Here the reaction does not take place. Okay. So only these white precipitate, green precipitate. If I add NaOH to them, they will react with NaOH. Anybody has any questions here? Okay, so now next we are talking about is types of oxides. Types of oxides. So what are the different types of oxides that you need to know? So if there is an element X, there is an element X, and this is an oxide of the element X, X oxide. What are the different types of elements? Like what this element can be classified into? X. I'm talking about X. How are the
Metal
elements
oxide.
classified?
Metal and non-metal oxide.
Metal and non-metal. So X can be a metal, X can be a non-metal. Which means X oxide can be a metal oxide or X oxide can be a non-metal oxide. So types of oxide may, first of all, I will have, if any oxide, any element ka oxide can be either a metal oxide or a non-metal. So that's a broad classification. Okay, that's a broad classification. So here, types of oxides may the oxide can be a metal oxide or a non-metal oxide. Okay, now listen to this next very carefully. Metal oxides and non-metal oxides. Metal oxides are basic oxides. Metal oxides are basic oxides. Now tell me, am I right here entirely, completely? If I'm saying all the metal oxides are basic oxides, am I correct?
Uh,
Look at the screen, something here.
no.
Oh.
Fine.
They can be amphotericite.
Yeah, there are
So
certain metal
that's
oxides. See,
basic.
these are also metal oxides, right? Aluminum is a metal, zinc is a metal, chromium is a metal, but these metal oxides are not basic. Okay, these metal oxides are not basic. Matlab metal oxides can be amphoteric also. Metal oxides can be amphoteric oxides also. Okay, so how do I know that out of all the metal oxides, which ones are basic and which ones are amphoteric? There's such a big list of metals. There are so many metals. How do I know which ones are basic and which ones are amphoteric? That's easy. Just remember the amphoteric ones because that's a small list. So amphoteric ki list, you know, aluminum oxide, zinc oxide, chromium oxide. These are amphoteric. All the other metal oxides will be basic. So can you give me an example of basic oxide then?
Calcium oxide,
Yeah, calcium oxide,
magnesium,
Oh,
magnesium oxide, copper oxide, iron oxide. Okay, all these oxides are basic. Remember only these three as an exception. Okay, is everyone clear with this classification of metal oxides?
Yes, sir.
Now, similarly, non-metal oxides are acidic oxides. Like more metal oxides are basic oxides, so non-metal oxides are acidic oxides. Now, when I realize that not all the metal oxides are basic oxides. So same way, not all the non-metal oxides are also acidic oxides. There are exceptions here also. There are exceptions here also. Some of the non-metal oxides are neutral oxides. Some of the non-metal oxides are neutral oxides. So how do I know ki out of all the non-metals, which ones are acidic and which ones are neutral? It's easy. Here again, the neutral wala list is very small. So remember that. So which non-metal oxides are neutral? Carbon monoxide and water. They are neutral oxides. So all the other oxides will be here. All the other non-metal oxides will come in the acidic oxides. So give me example of acidic oxides.
sulfur,
Yeah, sulfur dioxide. Sulfur is a non-metal. Oxide, all the oxides of nitrogen, nitrogen dioxide, like
carbon dioxide.
carbon dioxide, yes. Carbon monoxide is neutral.
Yeah, yeah.
Carbon dioxide is acidic. Okay. Silica, SiO2, silicon dioxide. P2O5, phosphorus pentoxides. No. Sulfur, nitrogen, carbon, silicon, phosphorus. All these are non-metals. So their oxides will be acidic oxides, except for these two. These two are neutral. Yeah. Is everybody clear so far? So we have 4 categories of oxides. So any oxide given, it could be one of these 4. It could be basic, amphoteric, acidic, or neutral. Okay, so first of all, you should see to classify them correctly. First of all, you should see that whether it's a metal or a non-metal. So when you are given an oxide, suppose X oxide, so first check if this X is a metal or a non-metal. If X is a metal, then it could be either basic or amphoteric. Now, how do I check whether it's basic or amphoteric? If X is zinc, aluminium, or chromium, amphoteric. If X is anything else apart from those three, basic. Similarly, if suppose X is a non-metal, then check if this is carbon monoxide or water, neutral. If no, any other non-metal oxide, acidic. Okay, that's how you decide. So you just need to remember the exceptions in that category. Metal oxides may which ones are amphoteric, non-metals may which ones are neutral. Okay, others are basic or acidic. Okay, now experimentally, how do I check which is this experimentally? Okay, like how will they behave differently if like, you know, how will magnesium oxide behave differently than zinc oxide? What is the difference in their behavior?
Like in
Reactions wise,
Acha,
like what
zinc will-
reaction, what is the difference in the reactions of magnesium oxide and the reactions of zinc oxide? Knowing that,
zinc will acid and base both.
So the
Like,
color. So the color.
I'm saying reaction. Are you in your senses? Gupta, what's wrong with you? I'm saying reactions. Color is a reaction.
No.
Huh? Random. Huh? Knowing that zinc oxide is an amphoteric oxide. Matlab, what do you know about zinc oxide?
will react with both acids and bases.
Okay. If
Magnesium
you know that magnesium oxide is a basic oxide, matlab
reacts with acids only.
reacts with acid, but it will not react with this. So this is where they will differ. Okay, this is where they will differ. So if I react both of them with acid and a base, so they will show me different behavior. So reaction with, if I react them with acid, let's say the acid is concentrated HCl, and I also react them with concentrated NaOH, which is a base. Okay, so these basic oxides, whom will they react with out of the two?
Yeah.
HCl.
Yeah, they will react with
HCl.
HCl because they are basic. Basic है तो acid से react करेगा. Basic है तो base से react नहीं करेगा. Okay, so it will not react with NaOH. What about these three?
Both.
It will react with both. What about these acidic oxides?
NaOH.
NaOH.
They will react with NaOH, but they will not react with acid because they're acidic, so don't react with acid. What about neutral?
So
None.
Oh,
They will not react with any. Neutral matlab they don't react with acid, they don't react with this. They react with it. Okay, so this is something that you must remember. So if I have to know whether XO, this oxide, is acidic, basic, amphoteric, or neutral, how can I find out that experimentally? Yeah, suggest a method to check whether an unknown oxide is acidic or basic or amphoteric or neutral. How can I find out experimentally?
also
take two parts and react one with acid, react one with
Yeah,
base.
react it with acid and react it with base and check whether reaction is happening or not happening. Suppose it is reacting with acid but not with base. So what is it?
Base.
it's a basic oxide.
Basic oxide.
If it's reacting with both,
Amphoteric.
amphoteric. If it's not reacting with acid but reacting with base,
Acidic oxide.
Acidic.
acidic, and it's not reacting with any.
Neutral.
So remember that by reaction with any one you can't decide. Only by reacting with acid I can't decide. Suppose it reacted. Can I say that it's basic?
Okay, amphoteric also.
No, it could be amphoteric also. So I need to check. I need to check by reacting with base also. And then if it reacts with base also, then you say amphoteric. If it does not react with base, then you say it's basic. Okay, so reaction with acid and base, both are necessary. Okay, to check the nature of the oxide. All right, any questions here? No, as usual. All right. So we'll wind up here because with the Wednesday batch, I had not gone ahead. So in the next class, which is on Sunday at 4 o'clock, right? So we will finish this chapter